This is Dennis Wing with your Friday Rhythm Games. So there are times where when you play a polymetric phrase, you want to know how many times you have to play it to land back on the one, or at least some point of resolution. When you're improvising, and by polymetric phrase I mean, like, if you're, let's say you're playing in 4 and you do a phrase that's a series of 3s or 5s or 7s or something, and you want to figure out when is it going to resolve. Like, when you're improvising, you don't have to make it resolve. You can just access, like, dip into a couple phrases of 7, let's say, and then come back out of it because you're listening to the meter. But in composing and for other reasons, you may want to know, well, when is it going to resolve? And there's a formula here. You do have to do some math, I'm going to warn you, but it's a lot better than writing it out. And so, and I'm going to do 3 examples to illustrate this, and I'm going to play through them as well. So this is the formula for calculating how many repetitions we need for a polymetric phrase and how many bars is it going to take to resolve. And so here's some definition of terms. D is the duration of the phrase, and we're going to get into specific examples for each one of these. The total duration of the phrase. Meter means the number of beats per bar. Then you also need the L, which is short for the LCM, the least common multiple of D and M. And just a side note, the least common multiple is D and M, D times M, that is, divided by the greatest common divisor. And I will get into more examples to some examples of how you calculate the LCM. Once you get the LCM, you can find the number of repetitions it's going to take by doing L divided by D. And the number of bars it'll take to resolve will be L divided by M. So we're going to get into 3 different examples here. The first example is I wanted to do 7 quarter notes in 3/8 time. Okay? Now, 7 quarter notes is the same as 14 eighth notes, and we have to express this duration in terms of the bottom number of the time signature. So you have to use 14, not 7. So because the eighth note is the basic unit of measurement in this time signature, you have to express the duration in terms of eighth notes, and the total is 14. All right, the meter is 3 because it's 3 eighth notes per bar. The least common denominator between 14 and 3 is 42. Oftentimes, it's just the 2 numbers multiplied together. We're going to get into that more, but 14 times 3 is 42, and that's the least common multiple. And the number of repetitions is L over D, which is 3, and the number of bars is 14. So we need 14 bars of 3/8. And so I wrote a little progression that would cover 14 bars, and I'm going to play it for you in a second. And now we need 3 repetitions of a phrase that consists of 7 quarter notes, and I just decided that it would be phrased as 3 plus 4, and 3 quarter notes is the same as 6/8 notes, so I decided to use the common conical Indian phrasing of 6, which would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, ka-ding, ge-na-ka-ta, ding, ge-na-ka-ta, ding, ge-na-ka-ta. So that's what I did for the 6, and then for the 4 I just went da-ka-dee-me, da-ka-dee-me. Put that all together and you got the ding, ge-na-ka-ta, ka-dee-me, da-ding, ge-na-ka-ta, ka-dee-me, da. And it would be, that's 7. So da ding, ge-na-ka-ta, ka-dee-me, da ding, ge-na-ka-ta, ka-dee-me, da. Now this is how it sounds. Okay, example 2. We got 5 eighth notes in 6/4 time. Okay, so 5 eighth notes needs to be expressed in quarter notes, which I did. The answer is 2.5. 5 eighth notes is 2.5 quarter notes, and M would be 6. However, you need a whole number in order to find the least common multiple. You can't find the least common multiple with fractions. So we have to multiply this by 2, both of these by 2. So instead we're going to use the duration is 5, meaning we actually going to convert it to, like, we're talking in eighth notes now. 5 eighth notes and 6/4 equals 12 eighth notes. And the least common multiple of 5 and 12 is 60. And the number of resolutions is 12. And the number of bars is 5. Okay? So we need 5 bars of 6/4. That's the first step. So I just came up with this little thing in G minor. And now we need 12 repetitions of a phrase of 5 eighth notes, which that's a lot of repetitions. So I'm not going to be able to keep track of that. So I decided, I was thinking, okay, well, 5 repetitions of a phrase in 5 eighth notes is the same as 6 repetitions of a phrase in 5 quarter notes. That helps, but I still have to keep track of 6 phrases. So that was like, well, let me do 2 back-to-back phrases of 5 quarter notes. And then now I only have to remember, only have to repeat it 3 times. And like I have in my course called How to Play Odd Meters Easily without doing math and without doing higher math and without having to read music and get technical too much, I just came up with English phrases that are in 5/4. Like when you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, teddy bear come along, teddy bear come along. That's a phrase in 5. So another one is, that's the last time I call, that's the last time I call that. So I just put both of them together, and it's a total of 10 quarter notes. Teddy bear come along, that's the last time I call, teddy bear come along, that's the last time I call that. So in case your head is spinning, I'm going to explain one more time. We need 12 phrases of 5 eighth notes. 12 times 5 is 60. That's a total of 60 eighth notes. So what I decided to do is have one phrase of 10 quarter notes. 10 quarter notes is the same as 20 eighth notes, and we're going to repeat that phrase 3 times, and there's our 60. All right, so here's what it's going to sound like. Right? For example 3, I chose 4 16th notes in 9/8 time. The duration of 4 16th notes is 2 8th notes. Okay, so remember we have to express the D in terms of the bottom number of the time signature. So so D equals 2, M equals 9 because it's 9 8th notes per bar, and the least common multiple between the two of those is 18. That means we need 9 repetitions and over 2 bars. So the first thing I did was write a progression of 2 bars of 9/8. And now we need 9 repetitions of a phrase of 4 16ths. And 9 repetitions is a lot for me to keep track of. So what I decided to do is 4.5 phrases of 2 phrases. 4.5 phrases of 2 phrases of 4 16th notes. So 2 phrases of 16th notes, I phrased it as ta de mi kadim ta de mi kadim ta de mi kadim ta de mi kadim ta de mi da. That last one I needed an extra half, so it only goes up to here, and this is what it sounds like. So I hope you followed that, and I hope this is all helpful. Once again, you get the duration expressed in terms of the bottom number of the time signature, unless it doesn't come out to be a whole number, in which case D and M both have to be multiplied by 2. M is the number of beats per bar. Then you have to get the least common multiple of D and M, and then the number of repetitions is L divided by D, and the number of bars it's going to take to resolve is L divided by M. Let me know how you make out. Try some examples on your own, and let me know how you do. Share them with me if you feel like it. I'd love to see it. And one last thing before I go. I've been trying to make a comprehensive course for guitarists on creative rhythmic concepts and basic rhythmic concepts like time, feel, and just the philosophy of rhythm and everything. But we're also going to do all kinds of things like odd meter and groupings and metric modulation and lots of stuff that I've been doing in my Friday Rhythm Games videos. But I'd like to know from you, if you're a guitarist, what your struggles and breakthroughs have been with rhythm and what you'd want to see in such a course. And in order to give you an incentive to book a 20 or 30 minute interview with me, which many musicians have already done, thank you for those who've done it already, I'm giving a free gift of one of my mini courses, like how to play in odd meters. It's a these are all $40 value. For Music Geeks only, which is 82 common and exotic modes. Nothing to do with rhythm, but it's a course you can have for free if you want it. And the other one's called the Rhythm Generator. And so I'll put the link in the description below. Book a call with me, and I'd love to meet you.